from everything I see, has no respect for this person.
It can spot potholes quicker.
Donald Trump has just dropped a political bombshell, and it's shaking the foundation of the UK-US special relationship. He is outright refusing to work with Keir Starmer's choice for UK ambassador to the United States. This isn't a diplomatic snub, it is a full-blown declaration of war on Starmer's leadership, leaving Britain's cherished alliance with the US hanging by a thread. But the drama doesn't stop there. Trump is reportedly urging other world leaders to freeze Starmer out too, isolating the British Prime Minister on the global stage. Who's next to turn their back on Starmer? We want to urge you to stay with us till the end of this video, so you can get the full gist of this potential firestorm that has the potential to change global politics and diplomacy forever.
Is it a surprise to you that Donald Trump hasn't invited Keir Starmer to his inauguration in a few days' time? And the Labour Party come out and go, hey, it's perfectly normal for a foreign dignitary not to be invited. I'm not sure if it is. One of their top strategic partners, it's not that he doesn't even attend, he's not invited, hasn't got a ticket, haven't kept a seat for him.
The saga.
This political saga started with the decision to nominate Peter Mandelson as the UK's ambassador to Washington. For Trump and his team, this pick was the last straw. Why? It boils down to China. Mandelson's history of cozying up to Beijing for trade deals has sent alarm bells ringing in Trump's camp, clashing hard with their America First philosophy. Adding fuel to the fire, Nigel Farage, Trump's staunch from across the Atlantic, has weighed in, echoing these concerns. When Farage and Team Trump are on the same page, you know Starmer's choice is in serious jeopardy.
To have the special relationship that we have, and everybody knows we have it, with the United States of America, but Donald Trump has seen fit not to invite Sir Keir Starmer, no doubt because of his views on Donald Trump, no doubt because of David Lammy's sayings on Donald Trump, maybe indeed because of Sadiq Khan's protestations about what a horrible man Donald Trump is. You know, you can't mess around in politics.
It doesn't help that Mandelson has been vocal in his criticism of Trump's tough stance in China, accusing him of jeopardizing free trade. Unsurprisingly, his statements haven't endeared him to Trump's inner circle. And let's not forget the Labour Party's previous actions, like sending activists to support Kamala Harris during the US presidential elections. Trump's team saw this as a blatant insult, further straining UK-US ties.
Tobias, very good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
It's pretty awful, is it not, that, you know, here we are, supposedly the friend of the United States, the special relationship that exists between the two countries. We don't have a seat at the table.
This isn't just a diplomatic fallout, it is a full-scale disaster. Picture trying to negotiate a crucial trade deal when the other side refuses to acknowledge your representative. It's like trying to sell a house when your agent has been barred from the property. The consequences for UK-US cooperation on trade, security and beyond could be catastrophic. Did Starmer seriously believe that Trump would accept Mandelson with open arms? It's a step that has left many doubting his political instincts.
I'm not sure if many of you are big travelers or not, but we've seen what happened when Europe opened their doors. Look at Paris, look at London. They're no longer recognizable, and I'm going to get myself into a lot of trouble with the folks in Paris and the folks in London.
The timing couldn't be worse. Post-Brexit Britain needs strong allies, and losing favour with the United States could be a massive blow. Starmer's diplomatic blunder is like tripping at the starting line of a marathon, and the race is only getting tougher. Meanwhile, Starmer's foreign policy escapades are raising eyebrows globally. In just 5 months, he has embarked on 26 foreign trips, most of them focused on cozying up to the EU. It is as if he is trying to collect frequent flyer miles from Brussels. Back home, however, the economy is faltering, taxes are skyrocketing, and the immigration system is in disarray. Critics are questioning if Starmer has forgotten he is supposed to be leading Britain and not just gallivanting in Europe.
Well, I'm not going to speculate as to what he is going to do. It won't come as any surprise to you that I'm not a fan of tariffs, and therefore we have to make sure that we avoid tariffs. We've got very good trade with the US, as we've got very good trade with other countries around the world. I want to improve on that, and as you will know, I had a meeting with President Trump in September in New York. I've had a number of phone calls.
The fallout isn't just with the United States. Canada and Mexico are starting to feel neglected too. Trump has threatened a 25% tariff on their imports, and they're looking to the UK for support. But where is Starmer? Nowhere to be seen. His silence is deafening, leaving these vital trade relationships in jeopardy. It's like being ghosted by your best friend just when you need them the most. Adding to the chaos, Trump's recent inauguration featured a star-studded list of world leaders, from China's Xi Jinping to Italy's Giorgia Meloni. Noticeably absent was Keir Starmer. While Trump extended invitations to even right-wing figures like France's Eric Zemmour and Reform UK leader Nigel Farage, the UK's government was represented by outgoing Ambassador Dame Karen Pierce. To clarify, Starmer was even given an invitation. It is a glaring snub that's making headlines and raising serious doubt about Britain's standing on the global stage.
Elite squads of ICE, Border Patrol, and federal law enforcement officers to hunt down, arrest, and deport every last illegal alien gang member until there is not a single one left in this country. And if they come back into our country, they will be told it is an automatic 10-year sentence in jail with no possibility of parole.
Back home, Starmer's leadership is under fire for more than international misdeeds. The Labour Party is embroiled in internal turmoil over handling sensitive domestic issues like the grooming gang scandal. Starmer and his Home Secretary Ivan Cooper are publicly clashing with accusations of incompetence flying both ways. Labour's inability to present a united front is further eroding public trust, with approval ratings plummeting. Even Labour insiders are distancing themselves, sensing political blood in the water.
Very pro-British. Labour staffers to campaign for Kamala Harris was diplomatically a very stupid thing for a newly elected Labour government to do. But, the thing to remember that's important, Trump is instinctively very, very pro-British. This is the most pro-British president we've had for decades. You know, his mum was a Scot and he loved the Queen, and all of those things actually matter.
Meanwhile, Chagos Island, a critical UK-US military asset in the Indian Ocean, has become another contentious topic. Starmer's willingness to negotiate their fate in the name of progressive policies has enraged allies, particularly the United States. Military experts are sounding alarms, warning that this could undermine national security. It is another example of Starmer's policies clashing with traditional diplomatic priorities.
He doesn't do the playbook that Whitehall in London will want. He won't go through number 10. If Farage is on the opposition benches, he'll become his link with the UK, and that's a huge problem for Keir Starmer.
As the world watches Starmer stumble, the stakes couldn't be higher. Trump's America First agenda is charging ahead with tariff threats looming and allies scrambling to adapt. Yet Starmer seems unprepared. His indecisiveness left British businesses and international partners in crisis. Critics say he's more focused on appeasing elites than addressing the real issues facing Britain. Reform UK leader Nigel Farage has publicly called out Starmer's diplomatic failures, using blunt remarks. Now, even allies are starting to question his competence.
Trump's rhetoric, and I think that kind of tone is what we need to see in the UK, because we have become an absolutely laughable soft touch for all of this stuff. And we know that the government is extremely keen to cast a heavy veil over the scale of...
This isn't just a bad look for Starmer. It is a potential disaster for Britain's global reputation. As the UK navigates an increasingly complex international landscape, strong leadership is more crucial than ever. But with Starmer at the helm of affairs, the country risks being sidelined. Its alliance is fraying, and its future is... One thing is clear, the road ahead will be anything but smooth.
And it's a day in history. Today, Donald Trump set to be sworn in as the 47th President of the United States in one of the greatest political comebacks in history.
This period isn't just about American politics, but about global relations, especially between the US and the UK. Donald Trump's decision to exclude Keir Starmer from a pivotal diplomatic meeting was not just a fleeting political snub, it was a calculated and strategic move with deep and lasting implications. At home, Starmer faces mounting pressure that only adds to the gravity of this snub. His critics argue that he has failed to address pressing domestic issues, particularly immigration and the economy. He has also been accused of prioritising the needs of a few powerful individuals over those of British citizens. His political stand is deteriorating fast and has only grown worse since the snub by Trump. If things continue in this trajectory, he is in danger of being forced to resign by members of his party, who have grown weary of losing their seats in the next general elections in the UK. Do you think Keir Starmer will resign as Prime Minister? Let us know what you think in the comments section. If you found this breakdown insightful, leave a like and subscribe to the channel to watch more videos.